Gennady GGG Golovkin vs Canelo Alvarez was one of the best fights in recent memory. It was clear from the time that the fight was announced that these two men were the perfect stylistic matchup for each other. Triple G is a high-volume pressure fighter who likes to corner his opponents and finish them off against the ropes. In contrast, Canelo relies on unorthodox counterpunches that come from odd angles. The question going into the fight was if Canelo could effectively counter Triple G's aggressive style. Triple G's main tools to apply pressure and corner his opponent are a stiff, heavy jab, a shifting right hand, and pushing his opponent back at close range. Canelo had an immediate answer to Triple G's shifting cross, throwing a powerful uppercut when Triple G leaned offline. Most of these did not connect, but they did stop Golovkin's momentum, taking pressure off Canelo and allowing him to follow up with more punches. Canelo also set up counters to Triple G's body by sidestepping out of the way. When Golovkin tried to press close to Canelo to push him back, he hit a short but powerful uppercut. While some of his best weapons were not working, Triple G's jab was still landing effectively. Even so, Canelo was able to stand his ground in the center of the ring, using head movement and quick counters to the body. With Golovkin's most threatening punches minimized, Canelo was able to stake his claim in the center of the ring. Triple G clearly respected Canelo's right hand, backing up nearly every time he threw it. For the first 3 rounds, it looked like Canelo had Triple G figured out. But then, Golovkin adjusted. Triple G had realized how overreactive Canelo was to his cross. He began to mix it up with feints and rear uppercuts. When Triple G mixed these in with his off-rhythm jabs, it became very hard for Canelo to predict what was coming next. In this way, Triple G was able to slowly and methodically build pressure on Canelo and begin to control the ring. Here in the 4th, Golovkin feints a cross, and Canelo responds with the jab. Triple G darts out and back to the same position. He moves his head offline, and then lands a jab on Canelo's guard, who steps back this time. Golovkin feints another cross, prompting Canelo to raise his guard, and Triple G splits it with his jab. Canelo takes a few steps forward now, trying to reclaim lost ground, and shoots his own jab. But Triple G lands a counter cross. Canelo's now lost more ground, but tries to move forward again with the jab. Triple G pulls, and this time he's able to sell his cross by simply leaning forward and twisting. Canelo backs up, raises his guard and sinks down, but Triple G times him and lands a jab. Canelo throws a counter right, but Triple G slips, jabs, and feints a cross again. This was a painstaking process fought over inches, but over the next few rounds, Triple G began to move Canelo back towards the ropes more and more often. But Canelo often prefers his backup against the ropes, throwing powerful counters or suddenly charging forwards. Fortunately for Golovkin, he didn't fall for this trick. Triple G usually throws loaded, curving blows when he gets an opponent against the ropes. But this time, he chose to stay at range and pick Canelo apart with straight, low-risk punches. By staying at range and feinting, Triple G was able to land several well-placed shots, stepping in to pick at Canelo, and then quickly stepping out of harm's way. By the 6th round, the fight was still very back and forth. Here we see Triple G and Canelo both catch each other's jabs, and Canelo tries to counter with a hard right. But Triple G slips the punch and throws his own cross. He stalks Canelo to the ropes. At this point, Canelo is so responsive to Golovkin's right hand that he reacts every time Triple G simply leans in. Triple G hits him with the body hook cross combination, jabs out to a safe range, and then hits him with another 1-2. Golovkin tries to keep the pressure on, but Canelo surprises him and rushes out, backing him to the center of the ring, and then connecting with a powerful uppercut body hook combination. This same kind of scenario would play out over the next several rounds. But more and more, Canelo began to back up to the corners, and then pivot and pull away from Triple G's cross. While this technique was impressive, it usually left him in a position where he was unable to counter himself. In the 8th, Triple G must have felt that Canelo was weakening. He became comfortable pressing forward again. He had mixed success, eating a devastating uppercut from Canelo through the space in his guard. In the 9th, Triple G lowered and tightened his guard and pushed forward even harder. He was finally able to land his signature curving punches from close range. But then, once again, Triple G got careless and took an incredible right hand after pushing Canelo back to the corner. At this point, both fighters had taken shots that would put most men in the hospital and simply shrugged it off. Undisturbed by each other's power, the next 3 rounds would be a total war. Triple G upped the pressure even more in the 10th. Although he took a number of body shots as he pressed forward, he was able to bully Canelo through most of the round. In the 11th, Canelo got aggressive, and we got to see some amazing exchanges like this one. Triple G and Alvarez both jab. Canelo catches Golovkin's hand on his guard, and Golovkin slips to the inside and throws a powerful cross. Canelo just manages to slip it, and then charges forward. Golovkin weaves away, and the exchange ends with no clear winner. In this exchange, Canelo pulls away from Golovkin's right, and counters with a right of his own. Triple G ducks under it, and throws a long hook that Canelo just slips. Alvarez throws a looping jab, and Triple G follows it back to smother Canelo. But Canelo controls Golovkin's lead hand and head, and shoots a short, straight right into Golovkin's chin. In the 12th, both Canelo and Triple G put it all on the line. Canelo attacked with everything he had, and Triple G took the shots and still pressed forward relentlessly. They battled it out until the final bell. While the fight was close, with both fighters landing a near equal amount of power shots, Triple G landed far more punches overall and controlled the pace of the fight. While there is a legitimate argument for a draw, I personally feel that Triple G won a majority of the rounds. But as I said, it was a very close fight, one deserving of a rematch. From the Modern Martial Artist, this has been David Christian, wishing you happy training.